If you got motorcycle issues, I feel for you, son. I got 13 problems, but a bike ain't one. So, first world problems, new Motovlogger Edition. In no particular order, the first problem is time. And it's not just time to get away from work and go do some recording. Like, if you're taking this seriously and you want to put out some good content, there's all kinds of preparation and organization that goes into everything. And, you know, I don't do scripts. I'm just like, okay, I want to talk about this, or I want to talk about that. I get a general idea of some highs and some lows that I want to go over, and that's it. The rest of it, I'm just going to freeball it. But behind the scenes, you got, all right, let's see. Is this going to associate with anything else that I'm recording in the near future? Do I need to lead up to that? Do I need to preface that? You know, all that kind of stuff. And then you got the concepts of, where's the channel gonna go? Are you planning on going big? Or are you planning on staying small? Are you planning on staying small, but all of a sudden you got 300 subscribers in a month and you're like, oh crap, I wasn't planning on that. And now you somehow got to come up with some cheese and some time to come up with a completely new intro, because you know the one you currently got absolutely sucks. That's kind of where I'm at. And I'm thinking, okay, it's kind of frustrating. I got all the respect in the world for this guy, but if you guys are familiar with Salty and Sprinkles down in Texas, I've been talking to that guy a lot. Hopefully one day I will be able to consider that gentleman a friend. But I had plans to record this today, and what do you know? He throws out a vlog about 2 o'clock this afternoon talking about some of the same stuff that I was going to record today, about how, you know, you need to take the time and come up with the big picture, where you want to be, and then you got to come up with the time to come up with all these smaller goals that will step by step lead you in that direction. Otherwise, you're just blindly shooting off into the dark, hoping a spark makes a fire. And I'm not really that guy. If I'm gonna do anything, I'm gonna go all in. My goal was a small community that's real tight. But I guess the price of that is, if I'm going to go to the trouble of good content and good editing, there's going to be a lot more people riding the train than I expected. You know, I intentionally tried not to do the whole like, comment, share, subscribe stuff, because I'm really only wanting to draw a community that's really into what I'm putting on the table. It shares the same over-analyzing mindset that I and most of the passionate, highly commenting subscribers also share. And then after all that, then you gotta find time to learn what the hell you're doing. If you didn't go to school for all this fancy editing, you know, you got to learn this stuff step by step, and that takes more time. Now the good news is, at least for the first month, 5 weeks for me, the more research and more practice you put into the editing, the better you get and the faster you get. So that time kind of seems to take away. But if you're like me and you always want every video to be a little better than the last, you're also going back and watching your own videos, not just while you're editing them 5 times, but after you finally throw this thing out, you watch it once or twice and go, okay, what did I do right in this video? What did I do wrong? How can I improve next time and not make the same mistake? So then you go and you try out some stuff. You just ramble on about nothing motorcycle or channel related and try out some new things, and then you take it back to the house and you kind of edit that up, see what you can learn too. You watch other motovloggers, learn from them. You have some dignity, some self-respect, and some integrity, and you don't try to copy other motovloggers, but you might pull from some of their strengths in the way that they edit and record their content. Let's see. And then you gotta have time to do your own research, kind of narrow things down a little bit, throw some good solid questions to your subscribers, keep them interacting and genuinely involved, not just make them think that they're involved, which takes a lot of time. You know, naming the bike and then leading into my next major purchase is gonna be bars, help me with that, made sense. But I don't want to sit here and make tubeless tires suck at this elevation and then all of a sudden go, hey guys, I'm thinking about getting some mirrors, what do you guys think? You know, things gotta flow, and it takes time to pre-plan all that. Like, I got a little spreadsheet going on of all the things that I want to record and what my next purchases are and how we're gonna lead into that. I got questions for my accountant on, hey, I'm about to purchase, you know, a business license, because I'm getting way closer to the monetization requirements than I thought I was going to in this time frame. So I gotta, the goal is a zero game, no loss, no gain at the end of every year. So even if that means, well, I absolutely love these riding shirts. These things are amazing. And I want to share that with you guys. But I've only got 5 of them. They're my size. I love them. I ain't giving them up. So if I get a check for $500 from YouTube, I'll go buy 4 more of these things, slightly different styles, different colors, different sizes. Do a real solid review on my experience over the last 6 months with these things, and then give them 4 of them away. Keep 1 for myself. My math was kind of screwed up there. Give 3 of them away, keep 1 for myself. And that way I got everything, all the bookkeeping is in order. At the end of the year, oh yep, I made 0, I lost 0. And all of that is just taking a lot of time. And then with my tight schedule already and wanting to keep content rolling out the door, that kind of creates a little bit of a crunch. But I'm not the guy who's just gonna create content for it to be content. It's gotta be something relevant to the channel, relevant to me, and hopefully relevant to you guys. Woo! Welcome to Wyoming, gentlemen and ladies, if there is a lady out there. Woo! Doing 75, straight into a 75. Everything around me is shaking. I have no idea if you can hear me. The rain's coming, and I have to be a good parental unit and instead of doing the video that I really wanted to do tonight, I'm taping this one on my way to go get some quick groceries and toss them in the bag, because we're running out of milk and stuff like that. Yeah, it just lets you into the real world for a minute. I apologize. I'll try not to do that again. Point being, the bars that I decided on after all the discussion that we had came in yesterday, and I didn't open them up. They're still sitting in the box as they should be. We're gonna open those at the end of this video, because I'm gonna cut out before I get to the grocery store, and then I'll welcome you guys back when I get to the Havaku, and I'm just gonna show off the bars. It was a much easier decision than I thought it was gonna be after you guys presented me with some options, you know. I was looking at the factory 47s, and I was looking at the adjustable Clockworks that I presented to you guys, and then you guys threw me 2 more options that I had never heard of. You know, the KST spearheads and the LA Choppers hammerheads. So I took the Clockworks off the table and narrowed it down to 3 bars. It was going to be the spearheads, the hammerheads, or the factory 47 signatures. And as I thought long and hard over the course of a couple days, I'm like, you know what, I'm going to contact these companies. So, because the factory 47s, we already knew they had fitment good to go on the 2021 model year. But on both the spearhead and on the hammerhead, they only had them listed for working for 15 to 20. So I emailed LA Choppers and I emailed KST and said, hey, are there fitment issues on the 2021s? LA Choppers pulled a win about an hour and a half, 2 hours before I got off work. One of the guys from LA Choppers emailed me and was like, I can't find the exact specifications, but there may be a minor fitment issue. And he's like, but in the end, it's an 1.5 inch bar with an 1.25 inch mount diameter that goes on just a road glide with an 1.25 inch mount diameter. If you got a grinder, a hammer, and a chisel, you should be all right. And I thought that humor was pretty funny. At least they tried to get back with me, and his assessment was pretty darn accurate. Why not? You know, you do some little grinding, some routing, some drilling, some hammering, you should be able to make anything fit. I will see you guys in a few minutes. All right, we are at the house now.
In the craft room.
Yeah, I'm not real good at this whole transition thing, but I'm gonna get there. I just don't want to steal everybody else's favorite teleportation thing.
You're not great at it.
That's true too. Every time I try it, it leaves like my hand doesn't quite hit it, and it leaves some kind of like light right here, and so I have to like
a whole section right here.
Yeah. Anyway, so if you guys hadn't picked up on it yet, I decided to go with the LA Choppers bars, and I'm pretty excited. These have been sitting here for 24 hours, and I haven't opened them because I promised myself that if you guys were staying involved and interactive and part of this build, that I was going to keep you guys in for every part of the journey. But as we're getting ready to open this box, the other headache problem that I've been going through is where to put all the stuff I keep ripping off the bike if I want to trade this thing in one day I obviously want to keep cool stuff like this and use it for the next one. Alright.
No judging of the craft mass.
They all get it, especially the married ones. They understand that, like, your half of the craft room.
No, this is all my room. I just give you the corner.
And then that tiny little computer desk back there is my half of the craft room.
They can't see the ribbon racks.
Yeah, they don't want to. It's pretty scary. Unless you're creatively minded. They're so tiny. Like, why did that not look right?
Because the ends are black?
No, they got rubber pieces on the ends to stop.
So they don't.
Yeah. Yeah. Appreciate you guys. I did not even know these bars existed until you guys got involved and started making me think about a couple less popular bars. I'm obviously not going to rip all this stuff off. We're going to leave as much of this protective stuff on it while we install it this weekend. But to close this thing out, we're going to talk about how to multiply all of your time and finance stresses of motovlogging. All you have to do is take 9 days off from work and crush miles to Florida to go to the 2021 Biketoberfest, which obviously I'm gonna do.
And speaking of October, it's also Breast Cancer Awareness Month. Get your support wreaths at Terry Joe's Crafts.
And the price for plugging herself was she has to buy herself a couple GoPros and figure out how to start dual vlogging with me so that we can edit in all the voices. Because if you can't tell, I'm almost okay at pretending to have a personality when I'm just talking to the camera. But you add another real human into the room and I actually sort of have a personality.
Sometimes.
Yeah, sometimes. But if you were paying attention in my most recent video, you know that I met some guys here in town and they helped me hook up the wife's Halo LED. We are going to do the handlebar install with them this weekend because they got all kinds of tools and equipment and the perfect environment to record everything, and I like recording. So make sure to not comment, subscribe, like, share, or any of that other stuff, because we need to stay small time. My skill set is not keeping up with the number of subscribers. Whew. I will catch you guys this weekend with the install. That's your fault.